Hey, good morning, guys. I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to get on here. I'm actually, before I give you a preview of the exclusives for February, I was going to demo how to make a matcha latte because yesterday, actually, I was like running around busy, doing a lot of errands, and I ended up going to Starbucks and got one of their matcha lattes. And good morning, Elena. First of all, I thought it was horrible. I thought it tasted horrible, but then I was kind of shocked by how many calories were on there and were in the cup and how many grams of sugar. So I figured before I go live to show you the exclusives, I would just do a little demo of a vanilla matcha latte with steep tea products. And then later on tonight, when I have a little bit more time, I'm gonna put up like the graphics for how much like our lattes, if you make them this way, how many calories would be in them, and compared to Starbucks. So Starbucks for a grande, which is a medium matcha latte, is 240 calories and 32 grams of sugar. So after I drank it yesterday, I'll tell you, like, first of all, it was very sugary. And hi, Anne. So it was very sugary. I didn't like it. It didn't give me the energy like the steep tea matcha gives me. And ours, like, we have the matcha latte that you can actually buy from Steep Tea, but I'm going to make today with just some vanilla matcha. And that only has 5 calories and 0 grams of sugar. So, hey Beth, good morning. So before I go on and show February exclusives, I'm just going to do a demo of a vanilla matcha latte because yesterday I was so busy running around that I grabbed a matcha latte from Starbucks and I didn't like the taste of it, and then it didn't give me the energy that the steep tea matcha does because it has so much sugar in it. 32 grams of sugar was so ridiculous. So I so regretted it. So I was going to do a demo, and then later on I'll post the comparison of if you make the latte this way compared to if you have them at Starbucks, okay? So you just need a few things. So first of all, I'm making it with the vanilla matcha. Again, we have a matcha latte blend that we sell at Steep Tea, and I actually have it here. So the ingredients for the matcha latte are skim milk, powder, sugar, organic cane sugar, and then the green tea, the matcha. So you could buy that latte mix, but really you can make the matcha lattes with any of our flavored or just the plain matcha as well. So I'm going to make it with the vanilla today because that's my favorite. So I've already heated up the water. I have that here in our bling teapot. This is my favorite teapot. I use it every single day. My husband uses it to heat up his water for coffee because he uses a French press to make coffee. So, you know, we use this for lots of things, not just tea. So I absolutely love that. I heated it up. You want to remember when you're making the matcha that you do not want to use it when it's boiling because it will burn the matcha. So I've had it turned off maybe for about 5 minutes. Like I brought it to a rolling boil and it's been off for about 5 minutes or so, and it's just been sitting in the pot. So I'm going to use it that way. So the first thing I'm going to do, make sure you guys can see here. The first thing I'm going to do, by the way, if you haven't seen this before, I got this idea from one of the other consultants. You can buy this here on Amazon. I believe it's a few dollars. It's not much, but it clips on to any bowl. I will tell you, I've used it on a couple different bowls. You still get a little spillage, but it's a lot easier to pour than if you're just pouring it from a bowl. So you're going to put that, I put that on the side. And so I have my bowl here. So I'm going to take, some of you may have seen that I kind of have organized my tea. It's behind me in all of its glory. So I absolutely love it. All my teas are in tins and they're much easier to use and manageable. So we sell these tins as well. They're really nice. They have the double seal, so everything's going to stay dry and fresh in the tin. So this is my vanilla matcha. Oh, and by the way, I wrote on them with a Sharpie. The Sharpie comes off just with a little bit of rubbing alcohol when you change the tea, so that works. So I'm going to use the matcha spoon. This is a ½ teaspoon. I'm going to put that in the bowl. I'll just grab something quick. All right. And then I'm going to put about 8 ounces of water in here. Now really, if you're going to mix the matcha with something, you can do less water. You only need a little bit of water. But I'm going to make this into a latte with just all matcha, so I'm going to put about 8 ounces. May have put a little bit more than 8, not measuring. And then this is our matcha whisk. So if you are a person that likes matcha, this is a must-have item. So this will make it so you don't have lumps, you don't have any chunks or anything like that in your matcha. It makes it nice and smooth, and you'll see you have a nice little froth starting there. You can also use it to froth milk, although I will say it doesn't froth it as nice as our frother that we have, our party frother, which I'm gonna show you that. Hey Betty, hi Joel, hi Suzette. So I'm just making a matcha latte here, a vanilla matcha latte. So that's it. So it's nice and mixed up, and that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna get a paper towel here because I may make a mess, even with the spout. So because this matcha, like our latte matcha, has a little bit of sugar mixed in, this doesn't have any sugar, it just has some natural flavorings of vanilla. I put just a little bit of, I don't know if you can see that, but I put just a little bit of honey in the bottom just to give it a little bit of some sweetener in it. You can use sugar. In my tea, I definitely am a person that likes honey, not sugar. So I'm just going to pour this into the bowl. So you can see that matcha whisk mixes it up really good, so you don't have residue in there. So that's what that looks like so far. So what I'm going to do is I want to add a little bit of milk to it. So I always use unsweetened original almond milk. So this has 30 calories for a cup, and we're only going to use like 1/3 of a cup, so really 10 calories, 0 sugars. So in this latte here that I'm making, this is going to have, the matcha has 5, this has 10, the honey maybe has a couple, I don't even know. So I didn't even use a tablespoon, a teaspoon. So this might have like 20 calories from the honey. So you have about 35 calories in this latte when we're all done. So then this is our party frother. So this is a manual frother. I absolutely love it. Works great on any sort of non-dairy creamers or milk. So I heat it up just a little bit, like I said, about 1/3 of a cup of that unsweetened almond milk, and I just put it inside my frother. And then it's a manual frother, so I know it gets kind of loud, so just go up and down with it, maybe about 20 or 30 seconds. It doesn't take very long. You'll actually start to feel some resistance with it. When you're doing it, you'll feel the resistance, and that's the milk frothing. So you can see it's already starting to get a nice froth on it. So that should be about done. So that gets it, it's a little messy, but that gets it hopefully you guys can see that, a nice froth on there. And I'm just going to pour that in my cup. And that was a third of cup of almond milk, and I actually probably have a little bit left. So I like a lot of froth on mine. So it just depends, like you can make these however you like them, but you can see that it has a nice foam, a nice froth on top. You have the matcha on the bottom. I'm gonna give it a taste. So I'm getting mostly almond milk right now, but this, like I said, has about 35 calories in this cup. Costs less than $1 to make, compared to the Starbucks that I had yesterday. Oh, and this has, the only sugar would be from the honey. So this has about 4 grams of sugar in it, and really that's all coming from the honey. Compared to the Starbucks one I had yesterday that had 240 calories and 32 grams of sugar, which is absolutely ridiculous. Actually, I think that actually is, when I looked it up, is the main ingredient for the Starbucks matcha latte is sugar. So absolutely ridiculous, and why, when you can make it at home for less than $1 compared to Starbucks, like $5.15. So this to me is a fabulous deal. With our bags of matcha, you can make 100 cups of this for $39. So really, really inexpensive. The tools I used today, the matcha whisk, our matcha spoon, the bling teapot, and our party frother. So those things we all have in our catalog, and if anybody's interested in purchasing any of those things, you can send me a direct message. But I highly recommend, a lot healthier. We have very high quality matcha, so if you're into that, this is very good, high quality. Also, I have been adding this. I've bought a Vitamix a little bit before Black Friday, actually. And I've been almost every day, at least Monday through Friday, drinking smoothies. And I've been putting the matcha in my smoothie instead of drinking coffee every day. So it has been a real help from curbing the caffeine from the coffee, and still gives me the energy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was helpful. I'm going to just clean up a little bit, and then I'm actually going to go live again to show you February's exclusives. So yeah, 2 lives in one day, which is unusual for me because it actually has been a while since I've done a live. So yeah, so give me a few minutes. I'll get back on here and show you those exclusives. Have a good one.